My name's Tom Land, and I'm commanding 1st Ohio Light Artillery, Battery G. We also do, someone was asking about a Confederate, we also do Confederate. We're not actually Yankees, we're from down here. But anyway, we play
keep
them
from getting shot.
What we're going to do today is to demonstrate the firing of this particular piece, which is a 12-pound Napoleon. You have the cannon and the limber, and in addition you would have other items that would make up the artillery battery. Rather than just having a set presentation, I will be more than happy to tailor it to what interests that you have. So if you have questions, please feel free to ask. Don't have to wait till the end of the presentation. You can ask at any time, and we'll address them. Normally, 6 guns would make up a battery, and you would have, in addition to the cannon, the ammunition chest, which is called a limber, which on the front of the pole you would have your horses hitched. It would take a team of 6 horses to pull this. The cannon would be attached to the back of the limber. In addition, in the battery you would have a caisson or caissons. They would have 2 extra limber chests. You would have a traveling forge. You would have artificers that would be harness makers, carpenters, blacksmith. The battery carried everything they would need to function in the field for an extended period of time. 6-gun battery would be made up of about 150 men, about that many horses, and so it was a fairly large gathering of individuals. What we're going to do is go ahead and fire a round, then we're going to talk a little bit about it and as far as how it's fired, and then of course any questions that you have, we'll do the presentation along those lines, and then we're going to fire a second round at the end of the presentation. So, Sergeant McBrayer.
Yes, sir.
If you would go ahead and post your men and fire a round, please.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Notice that it really takes a team of individuals to fire this cannon. You could work with reduced numbers as men were wounded or killed in battle. You could adjust the procedures. It could be fired with as few as 2 people, but you have to have at least 2 people to fire the cannon. What they're going to do is they're going to go ahead with a typical drill and load it and fire it.
Shell 1 3/4 seconds.
Shell 1 3/4
Now,
seconds.
it fires a variety of types of ammunition. You heard him call for a shell, which is this. All of the ammunition that it fired is fixed ammunition, meaning that the projectile and the propellant, the powder, is all attached as one piece. And a shell is a fused piece. This is a fused projectile which will explode, exploding this and creating a lot of fragmentation. And when we were firing shell, you would try to fire it above the troops, have it explode above the troops, and rain down shrapnel on them. In addition, what most people think of as a cannonball, it could fire a solid shot as well. This is just a iron ball, weighs 12 pounds, thus the name 12-pound Napoleon. Or
Is that one you found?
it could fire one of these. This is a canister round, and this is loaded with 14 pounds of these, which turns it into a giant shotgun. This is anti-personnel. If troops got within, let me go ahead and stop and let them.
Plug your ears, Robert.
At your discretion.
Cover your ears then.
They walked into this.
Fire 14 pounds of iron balls. You could actually load double canister, firing 28 pounds at a time.
Don't know how many ears plug. My hearing's worse than you guys. I gotta plug mine every chance I get.
Yeah, you do.
Is there any questions?
How much does that gun weigh?
It's a light 12-pounder, but that's sort of a misnomer because it weighs a little over 1,200 pounds, about 1,250 pounds. But it's lighter than the previous 12-pounder. It was called a 12-pound Napoleon, developed by Emperor Napoleon as a lighter gun that was more maneuverable. But the gun weighs about 1,260 pounds.
What the thing is?
I'm sorry, the tube weighs 1,260 pounds. The gun weighs about 2,500 pounds.
The thing that's confusing to me is, where did you get your resupply? I mean, you didn't carry enough 6 hours, 600 rounds.
Well, they had 600 rounds. They carried 600 rounds because they would be on those extra chests on the caisson.
So they had what they had to have.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering about logistics and how you'd get resupplied if they ran out.
Well, the way they would just bring them up from the rear, from the reserves. But that's what happened here with 1st Ohio Battery G. They fired all their ammunition. They expended 600 rounds and then withdrew, not being able to get resupplied. A good crew could fire this piece about 3 times a minute.